motherfucker. It's tech.
Sucio Talked. Making history. Tribune. Chef Mikey Woods in the house. What's up, Chef?
Yo, what's happening?
How you doing, man?
What's up?
Yeah, we on this camera right now. Say what up.
Hello. How y'all doing?
We are in the
Talk.
historic Tribune building right now. Tribune building. Historic right now.
Yes.
How you guys doing out there? Everybody, I hope you're doing all right. Here we go. Sucio Talk podcast with the realest chefs out here in the game. Mike Woods.
Boy.
Current chef owner, co-owner at Tribune, and basically
Oko
you brought
at
Oko
Tribune.
in here.
Oko at Tribune.
Oko at Tribune.
Yes.
Right. That's the legal name.
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So man, it's been a while since I've seen you.
It's been a minute.
Outside Lands.
I think that was the last time we battled together.
Yeah, for sure. It was a battle,
was a
bro.
fight.
I told you I did Coachella.
Yeah.
And that shit was, I ain't doing no more fucking festivals.
You know what, man? They have their perks.
Right.
And then they have their setbacks. You know
right.
what I mean? And that's usually what it is. It's like the give and take of it all. Like, is it fucking worth it? Because you're gonna work 22, 28 hours
right.
straight, like no matter what. You know what I mean? Because it's fucking wild. So how was it though? Like,
dude, it was a lot of learning lessons for sure. Yeah. You learn a lot about yourself, about like how hard you could go. Yeah. When you should not go anymore. You know, so you learn kind of like how to rest. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
Properly.
Yeah. Exactly. Which is necessary in this game.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And something I want to ask you, because you know, I don't know many chefs my age that have a full-on family. Yeah. Now, you got a straight family. How do you balance being a chef, working so much, and having that family?
Man, dog, you gotta see them when you can, man.
Right.
Like you have to make the time. Like at some point, you have to tell yourself, this is more important, or if just as important, if not more important than what I got going on. Like you have to break yourself away from it. You know what I mean?
Right.
You know, I spend as much time with my kids as I can. I got 2 boys, 2 girls. You know. And,
okay.
They got 3 different moms. So.
All right. So you're a busy boy when you were younger. It's all good, bro, because you're taking care of them
during COVID. Oh yeah,
you know?
Absolutely. You know, nobody. We're not in a argumentative phase. We're not in a phase where we're just, you know, it's one team, one goal. You know what I mean? At the end of the day, everybody has, you know, what, like I said, one goal, and it's the kids. At the end
exactly.
Of the day, you know what I mean? So everybody gets along as much as we can, bro. And,
right.
You know, I try to stay drama free as much as I can as well. But you know, I'm also a boy, so.
Right.
But that just come with, you know, life and learning and just becoming a better man as I go. You know what I mean? I always, like, my son's turning 5 this year. Right. So to me, it's like, you know, playing baseball and, you know, like showing him how to ride a bike, that's a little more important than, you know, some of the stuff. So, but like I said, you got to create the time, you know. Right. Which means you got to be up on your prep lists. You know what I mean? You got to be up on your cats who do the prep lists, who work the prep. You know what I mean? Like, right. All of that shit's really important. But, you know, I just try to stay as balanced. I work out as much as I can. You know what I mean? Like, I just got a gym membership at the 24 around the corner. And I just go, bro. Like, you know, even if it's midday, it's slow, it's happy hour, nobody's here, dog. Right. I'm running to the gym. It's about a mile and a half away, and I'm doing something. You know, I'm lifting weights, I'm doing push-ups, I'm doing something just to stay active because, you know, as you know, like this industry could set you back. You know what I mean? It could set you back in terms of just overall health, overall. You know, just a high level of, you know, mental health, physical health, just everything. You know what I mean? So I got to stay active. I got to stay moving. But yeah, I just bounce around, though.
I mean, that's a good way to do it, man. The gym during work, because I always worked at a hotel, and I'm like, yo, it would be better if they just let me like use a room. Yeah. So I could take a shower before service. Yeah. So I feel good. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? Like, you need that shit.
I mean, ideally, man, if you're gonna be here 12, 15 plus hours, you know what I mean? Like, let's just say you get here at 7 in the morning and you don't leave until 10, 12 the next day. You know what I mean? Like, it would be ideal. It would be nice to have somewhere to shower. Like, they're cool. Like, if I needed to shower, I could do it right here. Right. Because the facility is kind of based up as like, like condos or lofts.
Okay.
So I could theoretically shower here if I wanted to, but most of the time I'll take my ass home. I live like 20 minutes away, though.
Right.
Like, I mean, I'm just hop on the freeway. You know, fuck that, bro.
Just that's funny.
I don't like these guys that much.
Right. That's funny. So Tribune.
Yeah.
You worked here before.
It was so crazy, dog.
Right.
It was the fucking craziest shit because I worked here with Chris Pastina right before the pandemic. It was December, I believe it was December. It was like December 4th or 5th of 2019, I believe. Yeah, it was 2019. And then COVID hit March 2020.
Yeah.
So I was here for maybe 3 or 4 months, but I got the executive chef position. Like I did the tasting for him. I beat out 2 of his sous chefs. Well, I didn't beat them out. I don't think they wanted the position.
Right.
So which is a question I had to ask them. Like, why the fuck you don't, I ask everybody that, you know what I mean? If I come into a situation where it's like I'm going to overstep a couple people, it's like, well, what made you not want to take the position? And most of the time, people just either say they're not ready, they don't have the experience, or they don't want it. It's either one of those things. So I came, I did a tasting for Chris, Chris is a great guy, dog. We're still friends now. He owned Calavera, ended up selling it, but just basically handing it off to his management team.
Right.
There's 4 of them. I think Desiree and Sarah are the only ones I know personally, but they took it over and they're crushing it. You know what I mean? Still keeping the heart of the business alive, keeping the spirit, keeping the culture of the business alive, and it's super important. So Chris handed it off to his people, but yeah, it was back in December of 2019, dog. I took this place over, was here, thugged it out. You know what I mean? Busy as shit. COVID hit, and then as soon as COVID hit, that was the World Central Kitchen phase. So we went through the World Central Kitchen phase for maybe half a year. It's about 6 months.
How did all that get hooked up?
Well, I mean, Chris.
Because I know there was 12 or restaurants around here that were all in on it.
Well, I mean, Jose Andres saved the industry, dog.
Fuck yeah, he did, single-handedly.
He saved the fucking industry.
If there's another chef that could have a podcast, it's that fucking guy right there.
That guy
you know what I mean?
Do it, bro. He's pretty slick.
He has one.
He's pretty slick.
You know what I'm saying, yeah. But if Thomas Keller comes out with a podcast, I'm like, ain't nobody want to see no dry ass golf talk, motherfucker.
He probably knows a shit ton about wine, bro. He'll probably give you the spiel. He'll probably give you a good spiel, bro. You know what I mean? But that's most cats like that. You know what I mean? Who, it's just different cultures. Jose Andres probably dug his shit from the ground. You know what I mean? It was just
He definitely did.
You know what I mean? It's just there's no automatic privilege given in those areas. You know what I mean? Either way, TK and Jose, regardless of what kind of culture background they had, they both had to work their asses off.
Right.
You know what I mean?
You don't get to that without working hard.
You know what I mean? But Jose is he's a slick motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? So it was cool. It was cool to be a part of that program for a little while. I think either Chris Pastina or somebody was hooked up with Jose, and they threw us the program. So we were able to save at least 10 to 12 employees, including servers, hostess, bartenders. We were even able to save those cats.
Dope.
For a little while, and then that stopped, and then it was just all right, who's gonna help clean the restaurant because I gotta get inventory out of here, and I was just damn, you know what I mean? For me, it was just okay, I don't ever want to be put in a position where I can't make my own money. You know what I mean? I can't. There can be nobody, because of how good I felt like I was at the time.
Right.
I don't think there could be anybody who can, and I especially feel this way now. It's nobody's going to be able to control when and where and how I get my money through this industry. And it doesn't matter how it happens. I'll sit on the corner. I'll sell hot dogs.
Right.
You know what I mean, bro? My time will not be, consumed by, somebody else's depiction of what they feel like a chef should be.
Right.
That's just really all it is. So when I came down to that, and I came down to that realization, man, I kind of, that's kind of when me and Solomon hooked up. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
That was around the time when me and bro, we're okay.
You start to see eye to eye.
Yeah, because it's he was selling jerk chicken out of his house. Out of his house, and had the parking lot jumping. Cats would pull up to the parking lot, buy all this jerk chicken. You know what I'm saying? He the man on the corner.
But he was selling mixtapes.
I thought that shit.
You know what I'm saying?
Out the trunk, bro. That shit was clean. That shit was clean. You know what? And honestly, in all honesty, me and him, we had a catering event Calistoga. And we went and did that. And I think while we were out there, we were just like, he was just telling me about how to get started, like how to jump into the game.
What the fucking LLC is and all this shit. The shit they don't teach you in the kitchen.
Oh, bro.
Because they're like, skim the stock.
Dog, yeah, bro. Like, fucking, like... They don't. They want you to stay locked into what you're doing.
Exactly.
You know what I'm saying? Make sure that cut is perfect, and then just stay locked into what you're doing. Because that's where I'm at right now. Because I'll get to that later, but it's like it's the Jedi mindset. Like, are you Luke or are you fucking Anakin? You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, which side are you gonna take? You know. But yeah, homie was doing his thing. And I asked him, to kind of, show me how he was doing it and give me some game. And he did. And then, one thing led to another. And, we didn't do pop-ups first. I think what we decided to do was the cloud kitchen.
Right.
I think what we did was we had come up with a concept called the bust down. So we was like, okay, we're going to come up with, it's essentially like a meet and three. Like if you go to the South, you go to Houston, or you go to Tennessee, you go anywhere down south, they got these restaurants where you pick your meat and your 3 sides, and that's your meal. You know what I mean? Now you're moving on. So the bust down consisted of like jerk chicken, sofrito shrimp, like, you know what I mean? We're throwing all these Caribbean flavors in and mixing it with Creole and mixing it with, African American, and it took a liking. Like people, it was something that was needed, in Oakland and in the Bay Area at the time for sure, because, like Sweet Fingers had just closed down. There weren't no real authentic, Caribbean places. And homie, his family Caribbean, you know what I mean? My family Creole and Southern, you know what I'm saying? So, I mean, we just put them two together and just came up with a really dope-ass concept. Like, fucking our restaurant in D.C. is like a month away from opening, you know what I mean? So it's like, those are the things like you want to really think about, like that you're doing in the industry. It's like, okay, I want to leave a mark. You know what I mean? I don't want to just come in here and just show everybody I know how to do a perfect quenelle. Like that's dope. That's dope. You know what I mean? Right. Mirror prop perfect, dope. You know what I'm saying? Like all your shit good, but your technical skills are great. But what mark are you leaving? You know what I mean? Like Thomas Keller is selling fried chicken sandwiches right now. You know what I mean? Like if you don't know how to pivot and you don't know how to make a stand and make some sort of placement, then you'll never really get the kind of respect you feel like you deserve or need in the industry when you get to a point where you're just like, nah, I got to do this on my own, or I got to do this for me. You know what I mean? So that's where the buzz down came from. And, it started in a cloud kitchen, bro, and they were raping us. That shit was crazy,
Where was the cloud kitchen?
Dude, because, we had a cloud kitchen, and fuck it, I'm going to tell the story.
Tell the story.
Because we had a cloud kitchen on East 12th, man, and it was grimy. Because, just like, in culinary school, they sell you on the fact that you're going to be a chef. Once you get out of here and you graduate, you go through the ringer, and we send you through, foundations 1 and 2. And we send you through, pastry, and we send you through, all this other shit, dog. When you get out of here, you're going to be a chef. You're going to be fine. You're going to make $80,000 a year. This is what's going to happen. You know what I'm saying? It's perfect. Dog, when you go through it, you realize when you're done, like, this is not what the fuck they said. You know what I mean? This is nothing what they fucking said.
You got swindled, dog.
Yeah, bro. Sally Mae, I still owe her about 25 grand. You know what I mean? Like
Sally Mae got rich off everybody.
Oh yeah, she's spanking ass right
Sally Mae is a hoe.
She is, bro. For that dollar, boy, she didn't do anything. But that's just what it was. So the cloud kitchen, it was a similar concept. They advertised it to us as though we were going to come in here and there's already a threshold of because it was pandemic. It was during the pandemic. So it was like right during a time where it was like the threshold for making this much money on to go in delivery platforms is so high that you can throw a dart and kind of land somewhere above where the normal medium is. And that's kind of what happened. Except for the fact that we didn't realize, you know what I mean? Like how much fucking work it would take to get to that point. You know what I mean? You got to become a part of the algorithm. You have to become a part of, the frequent searches. You got to be entered into the search engine. And I was like a lot of shit that I had no idea.
SEO and all that shit.
All that shit, bro. I had no idea what any of that shit was. And I was just like, all right. All I know is I can make this fried chicken dinner bomb as fuck. You know what I mean? It's got collard greens and mac and cheese and yams, and I'm selling it for $24. Like, you know what I'm saying? I know I could beat ass. You know what I'm saying? So it took like a couple months for it to really catch on. But I mean, You know, shout out to like Soliho and you know, shout out to like
she did hook you guys up.
Janelle
I saw that.
Bicker, you know what I mean? They shouted us out big time, you know what I mean? Big time. And I believe it was just, you know, they were just they saw the passion, they saw the want, the drive, you know what I mean? The you know, the back against the wall hustle type, you know what I mean? And we both got pretty, you know, solid backgrounds. He came from the Star Group, you know, I was working with the Daniel Patterson Group, you know what I mean? So it's like we already had like that high level, Mish level like background status, you know what I mean? So, you know, but Soli came through and she tried some of the patties, you know what I mean? Wrote solid reviews, firm reviews. I wasn't, you know what I mean? Like, she was honest about the packaging. By the time it got there, it might be a little soggy, but it don't take away from the experience. And I was like, I appreciate that she didn't just pitch us something and then it just became like, oh, just like a cookie cutter. Right. You know, like they put real words and real thought into, you know, what they write about.
That's why I always tell my boy JG. Oh, yeah. Ask JG. Yeah. You know, he's out there, he's doing his thing. I'm like, you can't care what a chef thinks about what you think about their food. No, bro. You can't. If you're going to be fucking successful as a critic, you have to say be a critic. You have to say the real thing about it. You know what I mean? You have to say the real thing. It's like looking at your homie with like he got some mustard on his face. It's like, dog, like wipe that shit off. Like get that shit off your face. You know wipe it off, baby. Because it's either you know they could be better, or like it's either you want them to be better or know they could be better. You know what I mean? Either one of those is enough for you to be a real person. You know what I mean? So with those accolades and with those interviews, bro, we kind of took off, bro. I ain't even gonna lie, bro. Like, no, you did. You blew up. Everybody knew what the fuck you guys were doing. Yeah, bro. We took the fuck off, dog. Like, I mean, that was, and I'm telling you, like right now, even right now, Tyler Florence, man, that was a bro, like that dude reached out, huh? That dude, bro, like I watched the Food Network. You know what I mean? And I seen these cats. You know what I'm saying? And Tyler was before Bobby. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, he was. Tyler did his. Tyler's a G. Yeah, Bobby. Bro, you know, he do his thing, bro. Like, you know what I'm saying? Yeah. He does his thing. He does. He stays because he's still competitive. He still stays in the cooking competition. You know what I'm saying? But it's like, but Ty, man, that man, he came through. He reached out, and his whole production team reached out. Monarch Collective, I believe they name it. Right. I remember when you guys did that article. Yeah, bro. Dog, they came to the Cloud Kitchen. We had to get release forms from the owners of the building, from the Cloud Kitchen building, even though we own the space that we were in. Right. So all their little cameras, like, imagine twice as much as you got right now crammed in like a 300 square foot facility. I'm talking about he had the big camera right next to the fryer. Right. Just fogging up and shit. Yeah, I'm like, bro, do you want to move? Like, I know it's hot over there. Do you want to move? Yeah. It's like, no, I'm fine, bro. I'm good. Jason Perry, I think, bro. They were all in there, man, and they were just taking pictures. And I remember him. I remember Amanda, and I remember everybody. And and honestly, they shot a whole pilot episode of a show that Tyler was pitching to the Food Network called $20 Dare. Right. What happens is he gives you $20. You go to a local market and you buy something for $20 and you make him a dish. And right. You take it, and we went. Me and Solomon. We went to. So you did this show, bro. We went to. Can you take your microphone and just turn it towards you? Yeah. There you go.
I got you. We went to. Where did we go? We went to. Bruh, Mandela Food Groceries, West Oakland, bro, right by the West Oakland bar station. That shit was grimy. Yeah. We was down there, right by the West Oakland bar station, man. And you know, they had all their cameras. They had a couple security guards, but they was out there. You know what I mean? And they filmed us. We walked through the establishment. Mm-hmm. They had like a value section, you know what I mean? I grabbed a couple things. We both grabbed some shrimp. He grabbed some chorizo and some other shit, man. Right. He made like a shrimp and grits with chorizo, and I made like a collard green salad with like grilled shrimp and some other shit. You know what I mean? But we split the $20, basically. He took 10, I took 10. We made two totally different dishes. Right. It was crazy, bro. They loved it. You know what I'm saying?
$10.
Yeah, dog. The $20 dare. Okay. But you know, you split it however you want to split it. So. And you can go, the rules are you can go back to your house, you can use like an onion or a bell pepper or something that you have at your house. You know what I mean? So we went back to the kitchen. I knew we had some shit, so I had some foie gras. Yeah, watch this truffle madness right over. Yeah. He just chilling at the house, you know what I'm saying? So he comes back to the restaurant. restaurant, as in the cloud kitchen facility. He comes back to the space, dog, and we making these dishes, and dude, it was just magical, bro. Like, this was right before he opened up Miller and Lux.
Okay.
So they were just getting footage. They were just going in on footage, bro. Like, Tyler's like the content king.
And Tyler, he also does his own. Like, I see him with the camera.
That's him, and I think it's Jason Perry. I believe his name is, bro. Jason is a fucking wizard.
Yeah.
A wizard, bro. They're good. They're good. Jason, Matt Massera. There's a couple other cats who actually came to Outside Lands, and we saw them up there.
Oh, dope. Okay.
They're just a good ass team of, team of chefs, bro. You know what I'm saying? So they all got together. Actually, Tyler has Miller and Lux at the Chase Center, and he also has Miller and Lux at Vail in Colorado. So
is that where Omri is at?
Omri.
He spends his time in both, no?
Omri was Omri. I love you, Omri. He was at Vail right when he left here.
Got it. Yeah.
So he handed me the keys and was like, I'm gonna take a little break and I'm gonna just start doing my thing. But he went to Vail. Yeah, he went to Vail.
Fuck yeah.
He's
out there settled down now.
Yeah, bro.
He's about to have a kid, I think.
Maybe I have to reach out. I haven't. It's been a couple days.
Yeah.
I always read because every time we trigger the alarm downstairs, the shit goes like it calls.
Shit emails him.
Yeah.
It's like, bro, get your shit together.
What are you doing? Yeah. It's like, are you guys good?
God damn it.
No,
he keeps himself on that because it keeps him tied to it.
Yeah.
Because I be doing that shit too. I still get the water to table fucking email every day. Yeah.
Well, that's homework though. Yeah. You know what I'm saying?
I want to know what's in the ocean.
This is extracurricular for Aubrey. Because he's like, it's all good. But he was at Vail, then he came back and was at and went to Miller and Lux.
Right.
Just for a little while, I believe. I think he's just kind of bouncing back and forth, helping him out over there, then helping him out over here. It's just last time I talked to him, he was like, bro, like there's no fresh produce in fucking Colorado. Like I'm in the mountains, bro.
Yeah. They try to get me into Aspen.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
what's out here? You know what I mean? It can be cool because it looks cool, but it's like with that, that's one of the reasons why it's really hard to leave the Bay. It's really hard to leave Oakland, bro, because we're not that far from all this agricultural greatness. Right. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So it's like, it's really hard.
We got the water, we got the mountains, we got the
seas, we got the scenery, bro. This shit is crazy. You know what I'm saying? So.
And it never snows.
Yeah, bro.
It'll sleet.
Yeah, but it won't snow. It'll hail.
Yeah, it'll hail.
It might hail. You might catch some nasty ass winds, or like a fucking fucking fire alert, like fucking baby on fire.
Yeah.
But back to just what me and Solomon were doing, around that time, man. With Tyler Florence, like he checked us out, man. He shouted us out, man. You know what they did? They paid us $1,000. You know what I'm saying? They gave us cold cash that day. You know what I'm saying? Just because we know how hard it is. Check it out. We was like,
that's legit, bro.
Yeah,
he blessing you.
Yeah, bro.
See?
Like, he don't know I got kids. You know what I'm saying? Like, he don't know I got all this shit going on.
And he don't got to do that either.
He didn't have to.
Yeah,
he didn't have to. He's a good man, bro. You know what I mean? Like, it's really nice to meet somebody who is as nice as you hope for them to be. You know what I mean? Like, as much as you see him and as much as he be, doing his thing on TV and on the Food Network, bro, like when you see him in real life, he'll hug you. He'll like, if I could text him and he'll text me back and be like, what's up? What do you need? You know what I mean? How are you? You know what I'm saying? You don't want to bother a man of that stature, but it's like to know that if I hit him up and he would hit me back, that's like, that replaces a lot of, necessities for feeling like I can't do shit on my own. You know what I mean? Like I got lifelines. You know what I'm saying? Like
the sad thing is that like, you worked for Daniel Patterson, right? I bet you if you call that motherfucker, he would not call you back. You know what I'm saying?
Remember. I was a young cat too, bro. I was a young.
But that doesn't even matter like that. You know what I'm saying? Because a guy like Tyler, he would.
He would have.
You know what I'm saying?
Right. Absolutely.
And like I bet you he still keeps in contact with his young cooks.
I'm sure he does. I'm sure he does.
And
because he's smart.
For sure.
You know what I'm saying?
Because that's your legacy, bro. And that's why these fools don't got no legacy right now.
I'm trying to tell you.
Because they crushed everybody.
I don't know.
How was working for that dude?
I mean, it was cool. He was peculiar.
Right. Yeah, I heard he was super weird.
He was peculiar.
Super weird
you know what I mean? Like he was like what's the word I would be? Like he was like
eccentric?
That's a good word for it, but also just like passively destructive almost. Right. I'll kill you, but I'm killing you. You know what I mean? Like it's just like it could be anything. It could be something placed the wrong way.
He's like, I'm not going to kill you, but I'm killing you, buddy.
In the fucking retarded ass world would fucking put this shit, and it's like, oh, it was me. You know what I mean?
Right,
like I did that. You know what I mean? But
so he knows how to take your soul.
Oh, of course, bro.
Right.
I mean, that's how they get when they're, you know, in that.
Yeah.
When you get up that high, bro,
in that realm.
If you can't do that, you're gonna die up there. You know what I mean, bro? Like for him to last as long as he did. You know, like Rick Ross was going to Qua. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like that shit was popular. Like that shit was going crazy. And, you know, to do that and then also to like stay on top. You know what I mean? Like, you know, like Dominique Crenn. You know what I'm saying? So she started following our supper club.
Right.
So besides the cloud kitchen, me and Solomon was like, bro, we're not making enough money. This is good and all, but we're not making enough because it's just like, bro, our overhead was like $7,000 a month. You know, I've never had to like pay rent outside of my own rent. And that's, you know what, and that's another thing in and of itself that allowed me to, I was just happy that I learned how to survive. I can do it. I know I can if I could just move a couple things around, put some of it away, you know what I mean? Because there were moments where I was just like, this isn't it. So I can't do this, you know what I mean? There's no way I'm gonna make it out of this because I owe this, and that, bro. There was a time where we were like $15,000 in. Right. 2 months, 3 months, that's nothing. You know what I mean? Like, 60 days of trying to just be there every day and create food. You know what I mean, bro? It's like that shit will pass you up so fast. You know, and it's like I got my own rent to pay, I got kids, I got, you know, all this shit, and man, me and that man was like, bro, what the fuck are we gonna? What are we gonna do? So we're like, fuck it, let's do a supper club. Let's do a you know, a tasting menu. You know, get a DJ, get, you know, a psalm. Our first one was mad crazy, bro. It was mad crazy. Tyler came to our first one. He recorded it. It was crazy, bro. He took hella pictures, sent us hella content. It was hella cool.
Yeah, I think Hungry Hooker.
Oh yeah, Adalia was there too. Yeah. Oh my God, I love Adalia. She's a fucking
dude.
She's an angel.
Straight
bro.
G.
She's an angel.
Straight
bro.
G.
This is fucking crazy, dog. And her husband, they're just a great fucking team of people, bro. Her husband used to work at Haven. It might have been right before.
Light Thief.
Yeah, Light Thief.
I like his name.
Yeah. I forget his act. Forget. He's a good fucking good-hearted dude. Right. Yeah, Tyler came to the first supper club we did, recorded it, and it was like groundbreaking, bro. Honestly, dog. Nobody was like doing the type of food we were doing, bro. Right. Because we were reaching, dog. We were like, what are people touching on but not really touching on out here? Like we've done. You know, we've Caribbean, Creole, soul food, all of that, you know, African American, all that, you know what I mean? When we tried to reach for, we were, you know, reaching for things out of the country. You know, we were reaching into West Africa, North Africa, Senegalese, you know what I mean? We're just trying to touch on everything that has anything to do with the brown diaspora, you know what I mean? And it allowed us to kind of create our own like fucking like our own style of food almost, right? Bro. Like Pan-African cuisine, you know, there's a couple chefs out here that do it, but it's not really like, it's not super big just yet. Right, right. Nelson German does it, but he's Dominican, you know what I mean? So he's like, no, he's black too, but he's Dominican. Like
we always getting some shit. Puerto Ricans too. It's like, yeah, but he's Puerto Rican though. Motherfucker, I'm half African.
Y'all got the flavor too though, bro. The flavor profiles are mad wild. Where you know what I'm saying? So even he inspires me. I did my first pop-up with Nelson. Right. He inspired the fuck out of me. You know, he actually like egged us on to get into the cloud kitchen because he was like, bro, you don't know what's gonna happen until you do it. Because I was like, no. Like I did 2 pop-ups because so here go another story. Chef Nelson was on Top Chef.
Yeah, he was.
When he left the Top Chef, his wife reached out to me and was like, we have to open up soon because the restrictions on COVID are going away, and we have this building with this liquor license, and we have to open up. Right. Nelson doesn't trust anybody else in his kitchen.
And this is Nelson from Top Chef being like, yes, fucking tell him.
Well, I mean, because you can't talk on that show, bro. You got about like from what she was telling me.
You get like 5 minutes, right? That was a week or some shit.
Like some gnarly ass shit, bro. And I was just like, damn, I know you miss your husband. She was like, but it was kind of crazy. But yeah, he got the message out. You know, May German. Oh my goodness, if he's the nail, she's the hammer, dog, for real, bro. She don't let no shit slide. Like, she's straight up about her shit. And that's why I love her. I really, really love her. Like, they're family. Like, one time, I did a pop-up And, you know, I was just so happy. I sent them some money, but I actually overpaid them because I did the percentage wrong. Mm-hmm. She sent me back my percentage. And she was just like, oh, like, you know, just watch out, because next time I'm not going to do it. Next time I'm not going to do it. I know nobody else will, so whatever. But, you know, they've always treated me like family. They've always treated me like, you know, Nelson always treated me like a brother, dog. We did the 5-year anniversary at his restaurant, and they just had their 9 years. So, Nelson, when you do your 10-year, you know who to call, man. You know we finna do that 10-year anniversary, man. Don't play with me, man. I'll find you. I'm gonna come find you.
Chef Nell.
Yeah, Nelson German. Bad dude, bro. Bad dude. I mean,
he is bad.
From New York, you know, he came out here and just, you know, he loved Oakland. I think when you come out here, bro, it becomes a part of who you are.
Yeah, honestly,
you know what I mean?
like.
You love it, bro. Like.
I was coming here during pandemic because Truffle Shuffle.
I remember
their
that.
office here, man.
Yeah.
And that shit, like, you know, you don't feel at home in a lot of places, especially me, because I moved out of Puerto Rico when I was younger, right? So I didn't get to, like, go to school there. Yeah. You know what I mean? And fuck Connecticut. So I was like, you know, when I came here, I was like, man, I don't know what it is, but something's drawing me here.
A little bit of culture.
You know?
A little bit of scenery, man. You know what I mean? You got, you know, beautiful people. Not just, like, beautiful women, but beautiful people in their souls and in their spirit.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
There's a lot of passion.
Yeah, a lot of people ain't really, like, you know, like, you can go, like, it's not a big political area. You know what I mean? Like left wing bullshit. I don't really know too much about it. So I'm not gonna speak on it, but I know it's not. If it is, it's like, you know what I mean? It's like, oh well, we'll do what we're doing over here, and y'all keep doing y'all thing, because they're used to living and working in rural areas anyway. You know what I mean? So that's just kind of one of them things where I just, you know, I'm you know, born and raised out here, dog. So it's just like I'm used to it. You know what I'm saying? Everybody's you either in your face racist or you know what I mean, like behind the closet racist. Which either way, I don't really give a fuck. You know what I mean? Because like you all gonna fall under the same category. Yeah. As long as you're not like threatening my life, I don't give a fuck. Like, do your thing.
You know, it's funny that you say that, because there's like a thing that's happening now where we're asking for a seat at the table. You know what I'm saying? We're like, please understand, please be an ally. I say, fuck that shit. Yeah. I'm like, who are we asking for permission?
Yeah.
Let's just go out, buy up all the businesses and the property, own the shit.
That's the smart move.
Fucking move on.
That's the smart move.
You know?
And you know what, bro? In order to really do that, you have to play the game. There's a game you got to play with these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying? Because they don't want to give shit up easy. And that's why it's like, I don't want to sit at no table with nobody who don't want to like share. You know what I'm saying, bro? I'd rather like, I'll make another table. Yeah. Like it's just, let's make our own table. You know what I mean? Like what you mentioned earlier about, you know, chefs like really uniting in this area, you know what I mean? Not just in San Francisco, but, you know, from San Francisco to Oakland, all over the Bay. It's like, you know, one of my really good friends, Sebastian Brown, he work over at Margot. All right, now he just got executive chef over at Margot. He's CDC over
Congratulations.
There. Yeah, bad man, bro. Good dude, bro. He was, you know, he's just so adamant about, like, I'm gonna hook you up with my guys at Slug Bar, and I'm gonna hook you up with my guys over at, you know, Palmetto, and I know the guys over here, and he's like, we all gotta get together. I'm like, dude, as much as we shoot the shit, he's so fucking serious about it, dog. He's like, bro, like next month, every one of us is gonna do a pop-up, like together, in everybody's restaurant. Like, I'm gonna come to your spot, I'm gonna do a little something. You're gonna come to my spot, you're gonna do a little something. Yeah. And I think he just, like, even what you mentioned earlier about just like having to hustle and maneuver through this shit, dog. Like, he's like, we can't just rely on our food costs. Like, there's no fucking way.
You can't.
You know what I mean?
You gotta do events.
You gotta be,
community outreach. You got to be out here.
If you can't do no community outreach, you're an asshole.
Exactly.
Bro. You're pretty much a jerk if you can't, you know, at least find somebody to you know, to bless in some sort of way, bro. Yeah. You know what I mean? It's just like, what the fuck are you doing this shit for? Like, honestly. But, you know, on a united front, you know, I think all the chefs out here got a little bit of, like, a good amount of power, you know what I mean? I think downtown Oakland is becoming one of them places where people want to go and explore, like, the nightlife. They want to see, like, you know what I mean? Like, these chefs who come out and, you know, like, create all this dope ass food. You know what I mean? Like, and beyond that, I think they want to fucking come out and drink and fucking party and stay out late.
That's what I'm saying.
What I mean, bro? Like, it's not even just the food. It's like these fuckers want to fucking get fucked up and, you know, really like have a safe place to go and chill, like a safe place, like you mentioned earlier. You know what I mean? So
I'm just, look, man, I think that there's a huge thing on social media right now that is obviously good for you. Like, yeah, you shouldn't be going out and getting drunk every night. You shouldn't be eating bad, right? But like, if you have a fucking donut once a month, once every 2 months, you don't have to kill yourself about that donut. You know what I'm saying?
I think people have gotten so self-conscious. You know, even if it's not consciousness of self, it's consciousness of what other people are gonna think about you.
Right.
But it's just like about their dieting, about, you know what I mean, about like, you know, it could be like the Me Too movement or the, you know, people don't want to get involved in the cancel culture and all this other shit. Yep. It's like, dog, like, how about you just live? You know what I mean? How about you just do what you were doing that was making you happy?
Exactly.
Like, if it take away from your life, from your body, then just do it less. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, don't do it as much. Like,
it's divisive.
You should have a relationship with every aspect. Like, if you drink alcohol, you should have a relationship with alcohol. If you do drugs, you should have a relationship with it in a sense. And I mean, this is what I mean by that. And I say this, and people take it the wrong way when I say you should have a relationship with it. 'Cause I don't mean like y'all should be together. Right. I mean, you should understand how you are with this motherfucker. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, if I'm gonna have a drink after work, where's my limit at?
Right.
Am I reaching my limit? What do I need to drink water in between? You know what I'm saying, bro?
And where can you drink?
What can I drink?
Home or the bar?
Exactly, bro. You know? How do I get when I get to a certain point? You know
too
what I'm
angry
saying?
now.
Yeah, bro. It's like, and that's how you build your relationship with it.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? You build. It's more like you building a relationship with yourself with understanding what that substance is.
Right.
And if you do that, bro, most of the time you'll be all right, bro. And I'm just talking like on a base level of people who don't try to do any deep soul searching.
Right.
But if you just want to just be a solid person, you just have to have a relationship with whatever it is the fuck you do. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Because like, no matter what, this life, if it isn't substance, it's gonna be the trials and tribulations of the world that you have to deal with. You know what I mean? So it's either one or the other. So either way, you're gonna have to deal with it. It's just how you deal with it. You know what I mean? And do you deal with it? Do you do it? Do you do it too much like this? I think you're like, you starting to get out of you know what I mean? Like, do you need a drink every night? I don't drink every night. You know what I mean? I'm cool. You know what I'm saying? Because
exactly.
I would like to get up and, you know, play basketball. I'd like to get up and feel like, okay, I'm in a solid enough shape. So if I want to just go golf, I could just go grab my gloves, my clubs and go golf.
You golfing?
I have, yeah, bro.
Jeff,
yeah, bro.
okay.
I just started doing it. I'm at the driving range.
So you're not out there with Jeff Davis?
Nah, man. You know what, bro? If I came out there with him with my clubs right now, he talks so much shit, bro. He talks so much shit. Bro. I actually talked to him the other fucking day, bro. He reached out, bro. He was just like, let's go grab a drink or some shit like that. I'm like, yeah.
You know, that's the shit that we need to do, bro. I think we just need to have an industry night where we all meet up at the bar.
I think so.
Chef's night at the bar somewhere.
I think so, bro.
Because also, too, like, we are directly influencing business at a bar. Yeah. And it's like, oh, shit, the chefs are doing that.
Well, you know what, though? Also, dog, like, if we're not, like, we either be judicial about where we go or we make sure these motherfuckers pay us, too. You know what I'm saying? Or we get some sort of... That's what I'm starting to realize about protecting yourself when you get into a space. So I was telling a story about me and Solomon, and I'll get back to like where I am now with, you know, High Bridge and where I am right now with, you know, the Tribune building and Oko at Tribune. You know, but you know, when I initially came here, I asked for my sous chef is here.
It's all good. You can do something?
I think I might need to let him inside.
That's fine, man.
Hold on.
We're recording.
All right, hold on.
We can turn this off.
Real quick. Yeah, you here? All right, give me a second. I'm going to come grab you.
Sous chef.
Yeah, he downstairs. Let me go grab him real quick.
All good,
Is that cool?
Yeah. We'll be back.
All right, jump back in it.
Okay. We are back.
Hello? Yeah. Okay. Groovy.
So you let your sous chef in.
Yeah, man. He
What's his name?
Alexander Angel Sosa. He asked me to shout him out, man. I'm about to
shout his ass out.
What's up, Alex? Good shit, man.
Alex?
Yeah, he's a good kid.
You getting shown up to work on time or what? What time is he supposed to be here?
On time.
3:24?
It is what it is, dog.
There you go. Chef, come on.
Because I can't get mad. You know what it is? And you know what? He's a good fuck. He's 23. I think he just turned 23 this year, bro.
Right. That's young for a sous chef.
And I got to think about where the fuck I was when I was 23. You know what I mean? But I was also like on the verge of running shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Like I had already had shit under my belt. Like I became the executive chef at Toast Kitchen and Bar when I was like 24, 25.
Right.
You know what I mean? And, you know, that was, you know, obviously like 10 years ago, dog. But, you know, I just had a different, it was just, you know, I had a different dying spirit for it. You know what I mean? Right. It was like, I'm gonna die for this shit. You know what I mean? Like, regardless. But, you know, he's a good kid. He likes being outside. He's the we outside team. You know?
I went for a walk and a skateboard this morning and then.
Yeah, nah, bro.
At least they have better habits these days.
I'm not mad, dog. Yeah, he's a good kid. Yeah, man. So I appreciate it. Shout out to Alex, bro.
Fuck
good shit, bro. Yeah, but back to kind of what, you know, my trajectory. Yeah. Getting to this place. You know what I'm saying? Because it was the Cloud Kitchen. Well, first it was the pop up with Nelson.
Right.
And you know, when I did that pop up, they also had me on their DoorDash. So they set up a DoorDash and put my food
That's legit.
on their DoorDash platform. And then one day, bro, I did like, it was a brunch, and I promise you, like 50% of my sales were DoorDash. Like, it was like that carried it. You know what I mean? So it was like a social study almost. You know, like a social experiment. Like, I'm like, okay, how much can I really get? You know, out of this. You know, just being available, you know, but the DoorDash shit was crazy. And that's what led us to the Cloud Kitchen, okay? And the Cloud Kitchen eventually turned into just, you know, after Tyler Florence came. After Tyler came and he shot us, man, and he's still sitting on that show because the Food Network switched ownership. So now
I didn't know that.
Who owns the Food Network now, dog? I think Discovery Plus. I think Discovery Plus owns.
So Disney owns the Food Network.
Pretty much. Yeah.
Son of a bitch.
I think so, right?
Okay.
Yeah. Like in the grand scheme of things, that sounds like it, right? Yeah. That kind of sounds like it. It's definitely
sounds like Sucio Talk's not gonna be on fucking Food Network. Sounds like
they're missing out.
Yeah.
They're fucking tripping.
Yeah, they are.
Yeah, fuck them. They got all that cookie cutter shit.
Yeah.
They don't really want all that.
But
that was because when I went to do Chopped, they flew me out to a facility that was in Tennessee. Because usually what they do is they fly you out to, what was it? It was either L.A. or I think they had another facility. I forget where it was.
They got 4 or 5 different.
Yeah,
shops.
they had. They had a few. They had a few different facilities that you could go to that the Food Network owned. You know what I mean? So most of the time when you flew in for Chopped, you was either going to L.A. or you were going to. I think it was. I don't know if it was New York or Chicago. It was just somewhere on the East Coast. You know what I'm saying? And when I got invited to do Chopped, they flew me into Knoxville, Tennessee, and dog, I'd never been there before. It was a Discovery Plus facility. You know what I mean?
Okay.
So they shot the shit was set up just like the Chopped shit set up. They got, 4, stations, and they got all your shit.
Do you get to hang out with the judges at all?
No. I didn't get to hang out with them. I met them, and they were crazy. Obviously my heart's beating out my chest. You know what I mean? Right. I think Kwame was one of the chefs.
Right, because you did the Black History Month
episode.
Oh shit!
With
okay.
all black contestants, the only one they didn't really advertise that as much as I feel like they should have. But I also feel like they were looking for more out of us. Like to act black and to be black. Like they were like, no, for real. They were like, give us the attitude, give us this. And I was just like, no. I was just like, yes, because I'm a yes.
This is how I am.
I'm a yes chef guy. Like, in general, bro. They're just like, funny. Did that make you upset? Weren't you?
Right.
I'm like, no, I'm chilling, bro. Like, you know what I mean?
Kwame's walking up to you like, what's up, blood?
Pretty much, dog. Pretty much. Like he was right behind me while I'm trying to cut. I'm like, all right, bro. You know what I'm saying? Like I wasn't tripping with him. I think it was Justin Sutherland. Yeah. And that was before his, his terrible accident. I'm glad he's doing a lot better.
He's doing
right
way
now.
better.
Yeah. But he, propeller accident. I think, just kind of,
Don't worry, that guy's out there hitting models.
Oh no, he's doing good. Oh yeah. That guy's he's golden, bro. That guy's golden. That's a golden guy, bro. I'm not mad at him. And Tiffany, I forget her last name. I have to look her up. Chef Tiffany.
Right.
I'll look her up and I'll find her because I don't want to miss shouting her out.
Tiffany, is it? I want to say Tiffany Dawn, but I think I mix Tiffany and Dawn Burrell all the time.
You know what? It's not fucking no. It's not Tiffany Haddish. Fucking my Instagram is stupid.
Tiffany Haddish.
No, because my Instagram just like the top people. Yeah, I'll shout out Chef Tiffany. I'll find her in a little while.
It's all good.
She was they were all dope and they were all honest, you know, and we all, you know, they asked us questions. Like some of the questions they asked us, like I like completely like they cut out a lot of what I said.
Right. Right.
They were talking about Black History Month and like what it meant to me, and I started off by saying, well, I mean, it doesn't really mean anything, honestly, because it's the shortest month of the year. Like, who cares about actual Black History Month? You know what I mean? Because like I'm Black and my history is every day,
right,
all the time. I live it. You know what I mean? Like I live it and breathe it. I don't. I'm not really. You know what I'm saying? I'm not really tripping off people who associate what my culture and my heritage has gone through,
right,
and trying to cram it into a month worth of understanding, even though that month that was taught to us was full of shit anyway. You know what I mean? Like we weren't even really given the full spectrum of the story, not even like from transition from Africa to like the Black economic explosion that was Tulsa. You know what I mean? Like that shit is fucking incredible. You know what I mean? And we never get to really learn about shit like that because that was like Black Wall Street and they burned it down. Right. And it's just like,
and Instagram and TikTok are the reason why we fucking know about that
and
shit.
they picked it up and they kept it lit. You know what I'm saying? That's why I don't be mad at them motherfuckers, dog. A lot of people are mad at like TikTok and you know what I mean? Like fuck.
There's some people out
be
there
mad at Jack Dorsey. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like Twitter kind of like saturated a lot of shit because they let anybody say anything. You know what I mean, bro? It's like nobody's fact checking shit. But anyway, that was a good experience because we did that. I placed third. You know what I mean? So I wasn't really mad. I was there. There was some. I thought there was some discrepancies in the episode. I'm not gonna say what I felt like it was. You know what I'm saying? Somebody next to me made it 2 raw pork chops, and you know what I mean? They said one of mine was underdone, but I also like I missed a sauce. Like the time is real.
The time is real.
I will say that. Right. Regardless of
anything. Do you know what the ingredients are beforehand?
Never.
Is there any production meeting?
No.
Do they
no. I'll tell you shit.
They just leave you in a room.
Dude, I was like, they sent me to. So I got to Knoxville and somebody picks me up at the airport, takes me to my hotel. Right. Stay in a hotel. It's just you. I brought my homies with me. You know what I'm saying? They just stayed in other rooms, bro. Like I brought my homies. So I was like, I ain't just trying to just travel out here. Like we drove around. Like we ended up going to like Tallahassee, bro. You know what I mean?
Damn,
we went to Memphis, dog. We was, you know what I mean? Like I was treating it like, if I'm gonna be out here, you know what I mean? I'm gonna see the South. I'm gonna enjoy, you know what I'm saying? I want to get some Nashville hot, you know what I'm saying? Like I want to really go to a couple of good places. And shout out to my man Connor, because Connor hooked me up with a lot of good places to go to. You know what I'm saying? Like he was out here. He worked with me at the DPG as well. And he went out to work with Dominique Crenn and some other really good chefs, and then he bounced out. And I think he's just taking photos now. You know what I mean? So like when I went out there, he told me a lot of good places to go. That was really cool. I used that as an opportunity to explore and look around and, have some nighttime life because my heart was racing, bro. You know what I'm saying? It's like every day up into the competition, like my heart beating hella fast. You know what I'm saying? So I would go out and have some drinks and talk to some people just to kill the time. You know what I mean? But when the day came, I met my competitors. We all, I think, at first, because I wasn't talking to nobody because I was like, I'm trying to win. Like, I'm not talking to anybody. I don't want to fucking make friends or anything like that. But it didn't take that long because there's this one woman. Her name's Chef Lisa Brooks. She's hella cool. We still talk right now. Yeah. She broke the ice. Like, she's, you know what I'm saying, just a wholesome black woman, bruh. She has short blonde hair. Remind me of my auntie. You know what I mean? Just hella cool. She just started cracking jokes, and I had to go along with it. You know what I'm saying? Now I'm cracking jokes too, and everybody really see how funny I am. My personality comes out because you can't really. You get 4 of us in a room, bro. You know what I'm saying? 4 brown people. You gonna have a good fucking time, bro. You're gonna have a good fucking time because we all almost know what's up. Yeah, bro. we bro. So it was cool because we did the competition. We got placed. And the 2 contestants who had to go to the end, they stayed like 2.5 extra hours, and because they wanted all the extra footage from them. But we all went to the steakhouse that was close to the hotels, and we just ate big steak, got champagne, told him bring the champagne to the table, you know what I mean? We're just fucking balling out, dude. And I look at the bill, is like fucking $300. I just drop it and leave. Right. Just ball out real quick.
That's right. You're like, we just lost reality.
Bitch, you know, take that. Bow. That was, you know, I just balled out. We all balled out real quick. It was so funny because Lisa and Brian Jupiter, he's the one who won the competition. But Lisa and Brian, they was like, I ain't gonna turn down no free meal. I was like, I'm too old for that. Like, I played this game before. Go ahead, chef. You can have it.
Yeah. That's funny.
But it was cool, man. That was a game changer. You know what I mean? Because it just got my name and my brand out there, and it kind of honed in on what I was really doing, like the whole Pan-African thing, the whole, you know, creating a genre of food, if you will. You know what I'm saying? Just something that, you know, nobody really do yet, like on some Frank Sinatra shit. You know what I'm saying? Like nobody fucking sound like Frank. You know what I mean? Like nobody could, like we was doing, me and Swoop was doing shit nobody could imagine, wasn't imagining, wasn't thinking about. You know what I mean? And for you know 2020, 2021, and like into 2022, bro. I'm talking about we're doing events for Essence Magazine, Nelson Macamo, ESPN, you know, the black women in ESPN, bro. We're doing shit.
Right.
We're doing shit with people, man. And it was, you know, kind of crazy, you know, just to be like, they would fly us out to LA, you know, like 3 or 4 days before the event, because, you know, obviously they fishing and they searching and they trying to find the best chef for the cheapest price and all this other shit. And, you know, they ended up, you know, every time they end up coming to a decision to do it with us, because, you know, like you're not really gonna miss. You know what I mean? Like you're not really, with both of us batting, you're not really gonna miss. So we had a lot of good experience traveling, bro. We became like, you know what I'm saying? I remember on one of our last trips, you know what I'm saying? We looked at each other. We was in LA, dog, and we just did the Essence thing again. And I was looking at them because the DC shit was about to open up soon.
Yeah.
We still moving in that DC direction, you know what I'm saying? And we was just like, dog, like, this has been good. Like, this has been good to us, you know what I mean? Like the chef industry and, you know, being partners and in that capacity and really just enjoying and understanding the moment for what it really was, bro. Yeah. You know what I'm saying? A lot of people talk about that 15 minutes of fame or that, you know what I mean, that little window you get, bro. We got a cool little window. Not to say that there won't be more in the future, you know what I mean? We're really trying to franchise, you know what I'm saying? We're really trying to, like, connect the dots between, you know, the bust down DC and the bust down Oakland and just making it a franchisable, you know, thing. Right. You know what I'm saying? Like a fucking Raising Cane's or like, you know, like an In-N-Out or some shit like that. But like, or a Chipotle, but with Caribbean influence, right? If you would, you know what I mean? Fresh ingredients, fresh pickles, you know, like the flavor, the seasoning, everything and how we do it. You know what I mean? We kind of, in those 2 years that we worked together, like we really honed in, you know what I mean? And, you know, I guess, you know, it's coming to the unfortunate part of, like, how we had to kind of realize that our paths weren't going in the same direction anymore. So that's when we came to the Tribune building. So Highbridge had reached out to him, and Omri had reached out to me. So Omri and Highbridge, obviously, like, Highbridge owns the building. Omri is a part of Tribune F&B, which is owned by Highbridge, which is owned by the powers to be. Right. So Highbridge ended up reaching out to Solomon. Army reached out to me. We took that as a sign. I took it as a sign. I took it as a sign. I for sure was like, nigga, I'm going back. Nigga, you know what I'm saying, bro? Like, you know, like with being, you know, it ain't even been a year, bro. You know what I'm saying? I ain't even been a year, and like I can already tell the way I was thinking was, you know, it was, man, I'm gonna use the word, it's a less experienced thought process. If you know what I'm saying, bro. Like I came in here and I'm like, I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna turn this motherfucker around, you know what I'm saying? And you know, when I got here, Jeff, he said one of the smartest things to me that, you know, kind of be playing through my head, man. He was like, bro, check under the hood. You know what I mean? You could look at gift mouth. Don't look at gift horse in the mouth. Excuse me. You know what I'm saying? Because it's like, motherfucker might have fucked up teeth or might be sick. Right. You know what I'm saying? So I'm like, really like, you know, you got to think about it. Like, why is Army leaving? Like, why do you want to leave? Like, who
It's crazy that in our industry, though, when a chef leaves, there's always that question of like, what happened?
What happened, bro? Like, really, what happened? Like, you know what I mean? And then because the reality of it is, the what happened don't just happen.
Right.
It takes time for the what happened to actually develop into a point. Like, this is what this was the point. This was the triggering moment. Point. You know what I'm saying? Because even if you think about what the breaking point or breaking moment might have been, something else triggered it along the way, and it gradually became what it was. You know what I mean? It was never. I'm pretty sure Omri's a good dude. Highbridge is a great company.
Right.
You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, for whatever reason.
Sometimes it just doesn't work out.
Yeah, bro. Or things slip through the cracks.
It's like neither of their faults.
Yeah, bro.
You know what I'm saying?
And that's the cold part about it is because, like, you know, there is obviously some sort of, like, you know, negligence. You know what I mean? Whether it's on one party or the other, I think both parties can equally just be like, yeah, dog, well, I mean, this didn't happen and this didn't happen. Like, you know, at the end of the day, it's a business.
Right.
At the end of the day, it's, you know, how you communicate and how you operate and, you know, what gets taken care of, you know? And, you know, it could, you know, there was a lot of people holding specific jobs throughout this entire thing. You know, like Omri, chef owner, you know, he wasn't the accountant. He wasn't the bookkeeper. You know what I mean? He just conveyed the information. Like, even with Hybrid, it's like, dog, we don't keep the books either. They had a person to do that. But we can't blame the bookkeeper because he's just like, I'm just doing my job. You know what I mean? Right. But it's like, the fucked up part about it is, and I got to speak my truth on this, dog, because I have to come here and harbor the relationships with the previous purveyors. Because now it's like, bro, they're coming at us like they're trying to sue Oko. You know, they want Oko's head because, you know, the Tribune building or the Tribune or whatever it was, they're gone. They've moved on. We switched brands, we switched concepts, and now we're Oko at Tribune, and we got African influence, and we got, you know, all these trees in the lobby, and it's beautiful and it's gorgeous. It's like an oasis. You know, we got a full bar and it's beautiful. You've seen it, man.
It's a beautiful space.
It's beautiful, bro. But it's like, you know, those people don't associate that with, you know, what I'm trying to do. They look at what the fuck has already been going on, and they looking at me like, what the fuck you finna do about it? You know what I mean? Because at the end of the day, the responsibility falls on me, Highbridge, and whoever else, you know, decides to take responsibility of it, you know? And by no means am I saying Omri skipped out on what, you know, his responsibility was as a chef, because he showed me the numbers. Right. He showed me the debt. You know what I mean? He's like, this is it, bro. This is legit what it is. You know what I mean? Like, we've got Aloha, they're up our ass right now. Right. You know what I mean? Like, Cook's Company. I've had issues with Rick back when I was at Toast. You know what I mean? Sometimes I really don't understand why, you know, they don't pay shit off. But now that I'm actually in it, and now that I'm like, you know what I mean? Like, now that I'm working with it, and now that I'm paying from the rears from, you know, from my produce companies, because I had to bring in my own personal produce companies, my own personal purveyors, because, you know, and I'm very adamant. I'm like, I can't lose these relationships. You know what I mean? Like, I can't lose these relationships with these people because I've been working with them for years already. Yeah. You know? So, you know, for me, it's like, you know, you go through a busy week, you go through a slow week. You go through, you know, a busy couple of days. You got a big event. You know what I mean? If you're getting paid, you're like, you know what I'm saying? Whatever comes into your account, you got to put a third away for that for taxes. You got to put another third away for, you know, fixed income costs, type shit. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, you really, like, if you're making payroll, you're not doing anything. You know what I mean, bro? Like, Their payroll, bro. Their payroll was like $25 grand every 2 fucking weeks, dog. It was $50 grand a month. Their payroll, bro. We were not making that, bro. No, we're not making, and we're spending like we're making that. You know what I mean? This is what I've noticed in like the first like week and a half of working with Omri and them. I was just like, y'all are buying up the house, and we're not moving shit like that. You know what I mean? Like, you know, and it came to a point where it just. You know, I had to really endure some things as like a business owner that you know, I'm pretty sure most business owners don't really have to deal with until you know, you get to a certain level. Like, you know, look at these people, like, look at some of these people in their face and working next to them, and then having to tell them that I don't have a check for them is, you know, bro, is probably one of the more demoralizing moments in my life. You know what I mean? That I have to work next to somebody that I know is working their ass off, and I can't pay them because I have to pay this purveyor and that purveyor, and I have to pay this tax debt, and I have to pay that tax debt, and I have to go over here, and you know what I mean? Like, oh, there's something wrong with the grease trap. I got to get AutoClore to come out here and fix the dishwasher. Right. It's another $2K out of the pocket. And when I actually was able to put my eyes on the finances of it all, that's when my chef buttons started to click and be like, okay, this is what's really happening right now. I have to go buy my food at fucking U.S. Foods now. You know what I'm saying, bro? I got to go to fucking Jetro to get my shit. And that's what I did for like 2.5, 3 months, bro. I drove my little Nissan Rogue up to Jetro, and I packed that bitch out. I packed that motherfucker out. I'm like, man, because I'm like, dog, I'm going to have to get wholesale because the cost of delivery and the fact that me and my purveyors are all fucked off, I can't, you know what I mean? Like, I can't even. It's not worth it. It's not even worth it. Like, they
won't even drop off sometimes.
I got a pretty good relationship with Scott Schmitz right now with the Schmitz Ranch. You know what I mean? Yeah. And they do good business, dog. And I work cash on delivery right now, but he's like,
that dude's fucking legit.
He'll take care of me, bro. You know what I'm saying? Yeah. I hate reaching out to this motherfucker sometimes because I'm like, dog. I met him. I think I met him face to face once. You know what I mean? Like when Omri was switching everything over, and I guess it takes a while because when you're doing constant businesses and constant invoices are flowing and growing, like it take a while to catch them motherfuckers, bro. You can be like 10, 15 bands in without even realizing it. You know what I mean? If you're not paying attention to what you're spending and how much you know what I mean? And if your waste is crazy, you don't even try it. You know what I mean? Like you can't waste shit, dude. I'm boiling bones. I'm boiling bones to make stock, dog. I don't give a fuck, dog. Like I don't care what it takes. You know what I mean? Fit anything, scraps, trim, you're getting turned into stock. Caldo, my guy, you know what I mean? putting that bitch in the freezer. For real though, but you know, you learn this preservation, like your preservation tactics come in, like you're pickling, you're fermenting. You know what I mean? You're okay. Now I'm looking at the Noma guide to fermentation because it's like I have to. You know what I mean? Now I have to know these ratios because
this is no longer a luxury of me making soy sauce.
It's not cool. Yeah, this miso that I'm about to do. Like I have to do this because these plantains are turning black and I can't throw them away.
And the other thing is too, it's like when you got that cook that you can't pay.
Yeah.
If they fuck up,
oh man,
how do you coach that? Because no matter what you say to them, it's like, well, you ain't paying me, motherfucker. So
that's the, you know what?
When the integrity comes in, and that's how you know whether you have a good employee or not.
Yeah.
Right.
Yeah.
Because if the motherfucker's gonna still be there after you told them, I can't pay you.
Yeah.
And that's a real cook.
It was, and you know what, bro? In speaking open and freely, bro. Like my non-English speaking, my Spanish speaking workers, bro. You know what I mean? My guys from Guatemala, my guys from Mexico, bro. You know what I mean? Like I could shed a tear just based on how hard they work. You know what I mean? And like understanding that, like I speak a little Spanish enough to get through the kitchen. You know what I mean? Like I speak enough kitchen Spanish. I know how to recognize staple vegetables, proteins, things like that. Like I can do that, and I can have like a miniature conversation. But I can't really. The language barrier is really like it's fucking wild, bro. And to like, I got a dishwasher right now. She's 17, bro. You know what I mean? Like got her worker's permit and all this other shit, but she's just like. She works her fucking ass off. Like, I don't even have to say anything sometimes. Like, she'll see me start to do something, and she'll take it over.
That's her fucking parents, bro.
She'll take it over, bro. You know what I mean?
That's old school.
I would think so. I don't even know if she lives with her parents.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Who knows what the situation is with these people when they come and they, you know, they don't have that livelihood, you know, to back them up. You know what I'm saying? They're not from here, bro. So it's like they gotta learn the tricks of the trade, and they gotta learn them fast. They gotta do them fast, dog. And I love the fact that
they don't have time to be depressed.
Nah, bro.
That's the thing that I'm finding with us. We like, oh, we don't feel good. They don't have a choice.
Real hustle, real work, real motherfucking like dog grit, grind to the, you know what I'm saying, and to the point where they understand that if you're not getting paid right away, it doesn't mean really shit about what you're doing. You know what I mean? Like what you're doing and you creating that integrity, that bond that you and that chef, bro, you know you could probably take it to the next level if you want to. You know what I mean? But that's why they're so good at what they do. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, there was a period of time where I was looking at him like, I can't, bro, you gonna have to wait till Monday, bro. Like, cause we had to wait for deposits to drop. You know what I'm saying? We had to wait for, you know, the POS system to pay us properly. I had to learn the cadence of the POS system, so I knew what days like we were getting paid. Like
it's a lot different than hustling out and doing events, because
bruh,
you leaving the house paid.
Listen, bruh.
You know?
Listen, bruh. One day I'll go back to it. One day I'll be a private chef again, dog, because there's like, you know what I mean? And that's why, I think that's part of the reason why, you know, why Solomon wasn't, you know, too fond of being grounded in a spot like this. You know what I'm saying? Especially when he knew his potential was beyond this place.
I know how he feels, man.
Yeah, bruh. Yeah, bruh. It's like, you know.
There's no avenue for a chef who's more than a chef.
What are you gonna do?
You know what I'm saying?
You have to do your own thing.
Yeah, you got to do your own thing.
I be seeing these cats on Instagram all the time. You know what I'm saying? Self-taught.
Yep.
Got a crowd. Do your thing.
Do your thing, man.
Do your thing. And I have no malice. You know what I mean? Because everybody got to go through the ringer in their own way. Just because, you know, I got my ass kicked and, you know what I mean, in all these crazy ass restaurants doesn't mean that this other person, you know, doesn't have the same type of experience I do in business. In business. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, take me to Michael Mina and they can show me how to make a perfect puree. Awesome. You know what I mean? Or, you know what I mean, you can just get in it on your own and, like, learn along the way. And each lesson that you learn, that's way more valuable than having to, you know what I mean, have somebody else show you in that light. Because you'll never forget it again because you're taking your own risks.
Exactly.
You're taking your own shit and you're putting it out there. You know what I mean? So, like, that's to me, that's just a way better way to learn a lesson. So kudos to, you know, anybody who's, you know, on the block, you know what I mean? Chef Green, he's still I see him, I be seeing him at US Foods. He on the block in West Oakland Bar, still slanging them quesadilla, you know what I'm saying, bruh? Slanging them, bruh, with the little plancha and the platform outside. It's hot. He got the full black chef jacket. Committed, bro. Committed way more than anybody who ever went to any type of cooking school would ever be, because they don't know that hustle, that type of hustle that you gotta fucking do. So I commemorate anybody who doing that, dog.
Yeah, you out here cooking on a sheet pan. You see this motherfucker cooking on an upside down sheet pan,
bruh, like, and they got like a fucking like
that should be looking
an induction burner under it. Yeah, bruh, and they duct tape like a fucking plywood to this fucking induction burner, and it heats up a sheet tray, bruh, and they're just twirling these hot dogs on these sheet trays or flipping. I'm like, bruh, like that's fucking genius. Yeah. It's insurmountable how much like to be like, I'm going to do this like this, and I'm going to perfect each and every step of it, bro. That's like, you know, like, fuck mise en place at that point. You know what I'm saying? Like, but in a way that, well, I'm trying to say, like, there's other things to hone around you being, you know, very successful at what you're doing than like making sure you have perfect food. Mm-hmm. Perfect food, you know what I mean, it's all subjective. It's a construct, dog. Like, everybody has their own different depiction of it, bro. Like, certain black folk ain't trying to go to Michelin restaurants because they know, like, bro, I mean, there's certain black folk who go eat at Michelin restaurants and they understand it. But some, you know what I mean, bro? I want the mac and cheese that was made by my grandma with the diabetes, because she know what to put in that motherfucker, bro. No bullshit. But that's our culture.
That shit gave her diabetes.
Yeah, bro.
That's a strong mac. You know what I'm saying? Like, I'm sorry. If the cigarettes don't cause cancer, they're probably not good. You know what I'm saying? Like,
but for real,
you know,
you right, dog.
I don't want no drugs that are good for me.
Nah, bro.
They're probably not good drugs.
What's the point?
You know what I'm saying?
Just wasted my time. Yeah, bro. Yeah. So that's, you know, that's kind of the concept and the mindset. You know, I think for me personally, you know what I mean? And again, this is kind of where me and Solomon like just realized our, you know, paths were, you know. And this isn't a me and Solomon interview. You know what I'm saying? This is kind of me just speaking about how I got to where I am right now, because there's some, you know, there's some good takeaways from it and some bad takeaways from it. You know what I mean? I would say that, you know, the bad takeaways, you know, I had to kind of understand the kind of person I was inside of the restaurant, you know what I mean? So that it didn't take away who I was outside of this place.
Right.
Because before I got here, I was, you know, a maniac, but I was on the road. You know what I mean? I'm fucking flying to LA. I'm flying back and forth. You know what I mean? I'm a monster with this Instagram shit. You know what I mean? For a second, you know what I mean? Because it was like, I have to, you know? And I feel like I got here and, you know, I kind of more had to start realizing that my focus was never going to be making the perfect menu or the perfect food. It was going to be, my focus was going to be trying to get this business out of the debt that was created before I got here. You know what I mean? And, you know, having to accept that responsibility, like realizing that I have to accept that responsibility is realizing that, my piece of ownership that I have, you know, I also own debt as well. You know what I mean? And because of that, I have to work a different way. You know what I mean? I just have to work a different way. And, I've come to realize that, you know, even when you have something, like when you have a concept or when you have something that you put into a place and it doesn't fit into that place, you make that place fit to how the concept could be. You know what I mean, bruh? Like, it's like we came in here with a tasting menu. You know what I mean?
Right.
And when I do tasting menus in here, it's solely pertained to, it's a new menu. They got nothing to do with the menu that they're serving. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, it's like my business can be my business, but I act like the actual business of what this place is has to be its own thing.
Right.
So I put out a fly ass menu for the bar. I put out a fly ass menu for dinner. You guys are good. Everybody good. We got the structured standard menu. You got a pork. You got a steak. You got a fish. You got a pasta. You got, you know what I mean? Like, boom, 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 boom. You got a plant-based dish. You got everything. All your shared plates, all your starters. Enjoy. You know what I mean? Prep out, set up, and then you cross-utilize most of your ingredients so that you can create like another type of experience. This is a big-ass place, bro. This building, the Tribune building, bro, is huge. You know what I mean? Like,
is there residentials in here?
Good question. I don't know.
Right.
I don't know. I mean, they got showers in this motherfucker.
There's got to be.
Yeah.
It's like
somebody lives in here, bro. Like,
right.
Whoever the cannabis company that we got in here, they be in here all the time. So maybe you can convert them.
Yeah.
This was a suite at one point, because you see how the bedrooms were, you know, kind of put together.
Yeah.
Not the bedrooms, but the office spaces over there with the bathroom right here. It's supposed to be like mimicking some sort of, condominium experience or something like that. But downstairs I think it's 2,200 square feet, 2,500 square feet.
It's a big fucking building, man. How many covers can you do? Like,
if we're at full capacity? Well, capacity is 157 heads.
Right. How many times can you turn that?
That's standing up, though.
Okay.
Sitting down, I think we're about like 88 to 90. We've sat 100 people in here. It was uncomfortable, but we've done it before. But a place like this, bro, we not turning over 2 or 3 seatings right now. You know what I mean, bro? Like, we have a pretty steady lunch, pretty steady happy hour, pretty steady dinner. You know what I mean? So it's like we hone in on the times that we know people are going to be busy. People come to this place to come to the place. You know what I mean? Now that my food is in the place, we've seen an influx of business, but the regulars who come here are always going to come here.
Right. I mean, if they've been coming here for years.
What
do the regulars that come here for?
They sit at the bar.
Is it the space?
Yeah, they come. They sit at the bar. They enjoy. Right. Bro, we did a dinner. We did a founders dinner, dog, and it was when I say founders, it wasn't even like the founders of the building. It was just there's a group of like maybe 30 people, and they used to work at the Tribune building when it was a newspaper press. Mm-hmm. This is an older group of people. I think they come back like once a year. But dude, one of the dudes was just like, I can even go as far as to say I was conceived in this place. Like, I was just like, it was like your mom got hit in this building, which is hella funny. I mean, there's more history to this place than we can even imagine.
Yeah.
Or we can even understand. You know what I mean? This is one of the biggest buildings in downtown Oakland for a very long time. You can see the structure, the tower. you know, everything about it screams Oakland. You know what I mean? They made the tower to kind of mimic the Empire State Building. You know what I'm saying? They put the clock in the middle. They had the base, which was the base goes up to the 6th floor, so it's 6 stories. 6 or 7 stories to the base, and then from like 7 all the way up to like 22. It's like we're on 18, but 7 all the way to 22 is like smaller. It's the tower, you know what I mean?
Right.
Because you got, you know, it's the 4-square tower, like from here on out. So, dog, I mean, bro, even when I was young, and I'm, you know, like I'm driving, you know what I'm saying? When I first learned how to drive, bro, like I would look to see where the Tribune building was so I can know what direction I'm going. Right? Yeah, bro, because it was the tallest motherfucker out here.
That's how I know I'm on the wrong highway.
Yeah.
Shit, I'm going to Hayward.
Yeah, let me hop off 238. God damn, I gotta sit in traffic. Fuck. But you know, I think a lot of people still feel the same way about the building, you know, and it's gonna take somebody like me to kind of pull it out from what, you know, what it's been all this time to what it's supposed to be, which is an iconic, well represented, well advertised space, bro. We should have like pamphlets at the airport. You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. Like this
is a destination.
This shit is on the National Registry, bro. This is like a 100-year-old building, dog. You know what I mean? Which is well maintained, thanks to High Bridge. You know what I mean? Right. They do a really good job at making sure the elevators work, making sure that, you know, all the exits work. You know, but the restaurant at the base of it is like the heart and soul. You know what I mean? After the printing press moved, I don't know. You know, I don't really know the whole story of how it became a restaurant, but once that restaurant got in here, dog, like I already, like, the first time I ever stepped foot in here, I was like, I love this shit.
Special.
Yeah, this shit is dope.
I remember you talking about it when we first met.
I think Jeff took me here my first time. It was years ago. It was like when I was working at Haven with him years ago. He took me here with a couple of dudes, bro. We just had some drinks. I was just like, I'm just this building, and you know what I mean? And I'm like in the block it's on, and the corner, and how to get to it, and all. It's just not like the easiest place to get to. You know what I mean? Like, you know, unless you're taking BART, but if you're walking, like, there's barely any parking down here. Like, but you know, when you get here, it's a fucking gem. Mm-hmm. It's a gorgeous place, dog. You know what I mean? And you know, once I activate the parts of it that need to be activated, the lounge, the supper club, the full bar experience. You know what I mean? Like, it all has to operate as one facet, but multi variables of it. It's pretty much what it is.
Right.
You know, I pitched that idea to High Bridge, and you know, they loved it. Obviously, you know, we're all like younger, except for Doug. sorry, Doug. He the OG of the group, bro. Like Doug, the OG of the group. He like like the dude from Succession. Like.
I've even seen that show.
You never watched Succession, bro?
I can't, man, with that.
It's a lot of dialogue, bro.
I can't see Paul.
It's talky.
That's what I mean.
It's talky, bro. It is dialogue, man. It's like
that's why I need Breaking Bad. You know, somebody always died when there was too much dialogue.
Which one?
Breaking Bad.
Breaking Bad.
Somebody
they ain't
just,
gonna break. Yeah,
you know,
yeah. That took its little.
They were cooking meth. You know,
that shit was
a lot different than Succession.
I mean, it became a cult classic very easily.
Well, let me tell you this. Let me ask you this: what job are they doing in Succession? Like, what business do they run? They run media.
Yeah, so they're fucking like, so they're A&T or A. So I forget what the acronyms are, but they're like TNN or there's some media
USA Network
pretty much, because the father is like this old like fucking like OG like fucking like when TVs first came out. Like, so all his media attention is always like TV, news, all this other shit, you know what I mean?
And everybody else is like
social
younger
media,
shit.
Yeah, TikTok, Instagram, or all this, you know what I mean? But the shit's actually blowing up. He's one of the biggest ones, but all his kids grew up kind of watching him dominate and be a fucking badass. And
so they want to be like him.
Yeah, and that's cutthroat as shit.
But he doesn't love them.
He hates them.
That should be true, though.
It's cutthroat as shit, bro. I mean, it takes you into a world of, like, I'm pretty sure a lot of it is. You know what I mean? I'm pretty sure a lot of shit that, you know, the higher powers go through, not higher powers, but the higher privileged motherfuckers go through when they got shit, you know, it's like, you know, they're just different problems.
Right.
They're just different problems.
Right.
You know what I mean, bro?
Problems
like,
nonetheless.
And like, it's like, to be honest, man, like, I mean, I was listening to, when I listen to Headway I got an app called Headway, and it just goes over like books, and it kind of like highlights the main points of the book. Like it'll do like the Art of War, and it'll just show you the little points. You know what I mean? Just
learning.
Yeah, I'm just kind of brief.
It's a good way to stop just scrolling.
Because I ain't trying to do all that every morning anyway, dog. So if I ain't listening to a podcast or like some serious shit, like I'm listening to Headway, but I forgot what book it was, but I was reading something where it was just like, dog, it was like, you want to surround yourself with successful people.
You do.
You know what I mean? Like at the end of the day, if you want to become successful, the only way you could really do that is if you learn and understand the habits of what successful people do. And that's how you become that. You know what I mean? It's the same thing as like a chef. Like if you want to become a great chef, you have to work under some really great chefs to learn those tricks and learn those habits and learn those styles. You know what I mean? And it's like, it's different with a chef because you're like playing Russian roulette. Like this fucker might be like a crazy, you know what I mean, drug addict like type shit, or they might be a well put together motherfucker. You know what I'm saying? And it's just like, if you surround yourself with the people who are like growing and becoming either successful or becoming successful, then your trajectory path is pretty much solid. You know what I mean? So I appreciate the fact that hybrids, they treat me like an equal. You know what I mean? Treat me like a straight partner. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like I don't have hella shit. You know what I'm saying? Like my equity and my assets, I'm trying to grow. You know what I mean? Luckily me and Solomon, we started this business and we're able to, grow it together. You know what I mean? Even if we're not in the same vicinity.
Right.
The amount of work that we were getting called us to be pulled in different directions regardless. Right. You know what I mean? And
you guys are dividing and conquering.
That's pretty much what it is.
And you'll nobody else is doing fucking bi-coastal.
No.
That's crazy. You to ask anybody, hey, what's your business model? Yeah, I got a restaurant over here.
And one over
here. And
then
I got one all the way over.
Yeah,
you know what I'm saying?
Yeah, man. And it's like not even a pipe dream. You know what I mean?
It's a reality.
It's a reality.
You guys are constructing.
It's actually happening.
Yeah, for sure.
So it's pretty cool. You know what I mean? And I think another part of it, for me, and this is the good takeaways now. Now I'm on the part of what the good takeaways happen is just becoming strong enough to realize that I can do it on my own. I can. You know what I mean, bro? Like when you have a business partner, dog, and you have a business partner and you guys realize what your strengths are and your weaknesses are. You play to your strength so that you can win more games. You know what I mean? You never really play to your weakness just so you can try to get a little better on other ends. You know what I mean? But fortunately I had the luxury of doing that because, for me, I'm not like a very open speaker. You know what I mean? I'm like a very, you know what I mean? Like I do what I do. Like I'm a straight back of house kitchen.
Right.
I'm under the mat. You know what I'm saying? I'm under the rug. You know what I'm saying? I'm grit and grind. Like I don't even be want to talk to people. Like they ain't shit to talk about because I got shit to do. But there is a quality to knowing how to speak and how to be a chef and how to, be able to talk in front of crowds that I didn't have, that I had to learn from Solomon. You know what I'm saying? Like he's very well spoken. He can speak in front of crowds. He's not shy. You know what I'm saying? Like me, I don't be want to talk. You know what I'm saying? So having to break away from that showed me that I can do it. You know what I mean? Because I've been put in situations where I had to. Like I had to speak. We did an event here with Libby Shaft, and she's passing the torch on to the the new mayor of Oakland. And they had an event upstairs on the 3rd floor, and they asked me to speak. I'm pretty sure it's because I had an apron on and a chef coat. You know what I'm saying, bro? This guy looks like a clown. Yeah. Come on, you fucking come over here and talk. So I did, and I said my little piece. You know what I mean? And they recorded it, so I was able to look at myself in the recording. I was like, okay, the mic is far. You know what I mean? Like I'm talking low. You know what I mean?
Right.
And like I'm noticing like, okay, I could work on that. You know what I mean? Like I could be better at that. And as time grew, like even when it came down to this story, and that's why I hit you up, because like the story that I had and the shit I knew I had to speak about, I didn't feel comfortable with it for a long time, because I'm like, I hate what's happening because of it. I hate that, me and my business partner have to come to a point where it's like, okay, we're not seeing eye to eye on something, so we're not going to be working together on certain projects anymore. You know what I mean? We had like 3 projects, you know what I'm saying? Right. So, but the ones that are prominent and the ones that are successful, we'll focus on those, and we don't have to be around each other to do that. You know what I mean? You do your thing over there, I'll do my thing over here. You know, we meet and we franchise.
That's
you know
maturity,
I mean?
bro.
Yeah, you know
at the
what
end
I'm
of the day.
Pretty much what it was. It took us a minute, dog. I mean,
right.
we wasn't talking for a minute, dog. It's like, I mean, like for me, like I don't mind staying from 7 a.m. to 12 a.m. You know what I mean? I don't mind because like if you give me something and it's nice, I'm gonna take care of that motherfucker, bro. Like I promise you, I appreciate nice things. So when you give me something nice, I'm gonna buff it out. I was in there scrubbing the walk-ins, dog. You know what I mean? Like the walls of the walk-ins, taking everything out, mopping the floors, dog. And we do that, at least twice a week. Like, but I was doing it like every other day when I first got there, man. And he would just be like, bro, why are you
killing yourself?
Yeah. Man, I knew like.
You can't cage a bird, man.
I know, bro. That's really what it was.
You
know what I'm saying? So he had to be the bird, but I had to be the motherfucker to hold it down. Right. You know what I mean? And I think when Omri reached out to me, I think he kind of knew that it would take somebody with my like demeanor and for lack of better words, my sheer ignorance. You know what I'm saying, bro? My willingness to like work through my ignorance to find a solution. You know what I'm saying, bro? Because I wasn't gonna give up on this place, but I also knew, bro. You know what I mean? I had there was gonna be some changes in my life that I had to fucking endure just to get to a point where I was like, okay, payroll's good, vendors, the relationships are good with the vendors, like, but it took a piece of my soul, bro. You know what I mean? Just having to be here, and you asked me earlier, how's my relationship? Like, I barely see these motherfuckers. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like I FaceTime them all the time. You know what I mean, bro? And I'll drive out there to see them. When time permits, dog. But for the most part, dog, I'll be locked in. You know what I mean? And I think the reason why I do it so much is because I understand that, there is, that light at the end of the tunnel.
Yeah.
Bro. Like, I can see it. You know what I mean? Because I've already, like, you went downstairs, bro. You can see it, bro. Like, all I need is a cocktail waitress and a satellite bar.
That's it.
And some speakers.
That's it.
Now everybody got to pay $20 to come inside, and now my payroll's done. I'm making my overhead, and I'm scratching away a little bit of cheese to put away for myself. You know what I mean? And it's all about like my food costs. I spend pennies on food anyway because I know how to operate. Like I could break down a steak, I could break down a piece of fish, I could break down pretty much anything and turn it into little dainty pieces of whatever the fuck. Or I could, we have a cryovac machine, we could save it, put it away and hold it for a little while, bro. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I got some arsenal here. Like, I got artillery here. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I know how to like buy, preserve, and then push out. You know what I mean? Like, special, dog. You know what I mean? Like, anything like that, just to kind of make it work. But the food cost is never gonna really be what the issue is. The issue is, are we gonna pick up and be busy enough without the food? You know what I mean? Can the bar hold its own? Can the lounge hold its own? Can we hold events here? Can we do multiple events? Can we stay open late? Can we activate that parking lot?
Right.
Can we get motherfuckers to pay us for parking? Can we do that? You know what I mean? Like, it's like when you get to a point where your back's against the wall, dog, you got to be creative as fuck. You got to get out there and be like, okay, let's try this. Mm-hmm. This hasn't been working, but we haven't tried this. Let's try this. You know what I mean? And that's why, that's part of the reason why I love Sebastian so much. You know what I'm saying? Because he on that shit too. This don't work, so let's do this.
Yeah.
This, you know what I mean? This will make us some money, right? Let's do that. You know what I mean? So, stepping into this building and finally stepping into my own as a chef has actually, it's been, because like doing payroll and signing checks now, like I do it all the time. You know what I'm saying, bro? So it's like, now I finally really understand the full capacity of like what it is to have and own a business. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like our original agreement with Highbridge was, we'll do this for a year. We'll check back with me in a year and I'll see how much money I made y'all, you know? And if it's cool. If you guys didn't have to come out y'all pockets to help, cool. You know what I mean? Because that's less money y'all gotta spend, and I've really grown and learned a lot, dog. Like really grown and learned a lot to the point where it's like, I feel like just like I'm like, when you're like sitting above something and kind of looking down and watching pieces move, like that's kind of where I'm at right now. You know what I mean? Because like I have a higher level of understanding. It's like the other day, my one of my cooks put in, he told me this was his last week. He was working with me.
Right.
up through the transition and everything, moved up from dishwasher to, line cook, showed him all the shit, gave him tools, some spoons, you know what I mean? Gave him the culture, an apron, like, dog, you know what I mean? And he left, but he didn't put in his 2 weeks. He was just like, this is my last couple of days. And, like you said, bro, with that integrity thing, like there was moments I couldn't pay this motherfucker. There was moments I couldn't, you know what I mean? I couldn't get him what he needed. There was moments he probably really need me and I couldn't, give him the type of attention he needed as a young chef, you know what I mean? And I know what it's like to be a young chef, you know what I mean? So part of me was upset, you know what I mean? Part of me was like, well, fuck, you know what I mean? Now I got to work the line, you know what I mean? As well as prep, as well as get here at like 6, prep, fix the stock, you know what I mean? Do all the shit that I got to do and then jump on the line and fucking cook. And I'm just like, man, I was a little upset, but I had to think about it like in the grand scheme of things. It's like, well, at least, I didn't scare him away from the industry.
Right.
At least he's going somewhere. I think he's going to Palmetto. I'm like, at least he's going somewhere where he can fucking thrive. He can thrive. He can work. He can cook. He can still. And that's the thing. And I like, that's why I appreciate what you do too. Because it's like, you got to fucking put back into the industry, bro. Because there's like, after, like, COVID killed a lot of it. COVID killed so much of it, bro. And even before then, it was shaky. It was rocky because nobody was living right. You know what I mean? Nobody had the right lifestyle.
Nope.
And I think it might have been on its way to like, for lack of better words, and also pause, but like Sodom and Gomorrah, bro. That Bible story, God destroyed that whole fucking city because everybody was like sinners. They're coming to the worst point of their of the type of sin that happens. You know what I mean? Like the worst point as a chef when you're just like, oh, I'm going on a bender, or I'm fucking, you know what I mean? Like I'm after work, I'm drinking crazy, or I'm fucking, you know what I mean? Or I come to this bar every day at this time, all the time, and it's just like, dog. And then when you're not at that bar, you have a headache. Your body isn't responding the way you want it to, man. Right. You're slowing down in certain areas. You're not thinking straight. You know what I mean? All you know is just industry. Oh, I know. I do this, clean this, fix this. Cut down on that, you know what I mean? That's why we're monsters, bro. That's why chefs are monsters, because you got to still do all this other shit, and your body's like, slowly deteriorating.
But your mental is
like on a fucking rock, like you're fucking like going in, you know what I mean, bro? And that's the coolest shit about that's the coolest shit about being a chef. Without, well, it's not the coolest thing, but you know what the fuck I'm saying, dog. Yeah. It's like
the sheer will to survive,
dog. No matter how hard it is, no matter if you can't fucking walk. Like, I seen the motherfucker break his leg and be on the line the next day.
Dude, it's many, bro. Yeah. It's fucking many, dog.
All these office workers out here are like, I got a cold.
Yeah, man, that's saying your immune system is shot because you don't fucking, you know what I'm saying? Nothing you eat has grease in it. Like,
exactly.
Like you're eating fucking, you know what I mean? Like,
yeah.
Just things that, like, anyway, man. Like,
it's funny. I look at life and I'm like, sometimes I can't trust a straight sober person. You know what I mean? That doesn't have a business.
Yeah.
If you're sober as fuck and broke.
Yeah.
I don't know. There's something wrong.
Yeah.
There.
No. Absolutely. Absolutely. Yeah. You're missing a link.
That's what I'm saying.
You got a missing link, or if they're like sober but didn't have a destructive past.
You know what I'm saying?
Like, yeah. If you're fresh sober and you were like
sober your whole life, that means you're scared, bro.
Yeah. You gotta be
scared. That's what I'm saying. I'll take a cigarette smoker over someone who haven't smoked a cigarette in their life.
Right, bro. Because it's like you kind of know what to expect.
At risk.
You know what I mean? You know what to expect. Yeah. You know what to expect from people who. Or like deal with some sort of like substance because they deal with real life.
Exactly.
You know what I mean?
Yeah.
I don't know what this motherfucker who doesn't smoke or drink. I don't know how they deal with life.
Like, what does he do?
You better be a bodybuilder.
You know what I'm saying? Bro, you better be bodybuilder. Yeah, you better have some kind of project that you're working on.
Something.
If you don't, you're playing too many video games.
I'm kind of worried about you.
Exactly,
yeah, bro. Because it's like because at that point it's like you checking people's mental capacity.
Yeah.
What?
You can only read for so long.
Yeah, bro. Everybody. Straight up, bro. And everybody has like like fucking issues, bro.
Yeah.
Everybody has a fucking issue, bro. So it's like everybody got to deal with it somehow. So I don't know. I don't be trusting a lot of motherfuckers either.
True, man.
But
it's a crazy world. It's like stick to your own, but help everybody at the same time. You know what I'm saying? It's like the world is a big oxymoron. You know what I mean? And trying to navigate that, and like that's why I think is the biggest issue that we have. Is like to be good, you have to know what evil is. To be truly good,
there's a very thin line.
And so it's like, bro, it's a very thin line, and it's very easy to go back because the devil, he always there.
Man, and I promise you, it looked nicer. Whatever.
Sure.
The devil looked like he having fun. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like that whole lifestyle, bro. Like, you know, like I was all saying, bro. You either Luke or you Anakin. You know what I'm saying, bro? But even Anakin, he had to battle all this shit. He thought his wife was dying. You know what I'm saying? His mentor was, you know, not trying to give him his full glory at first. You know what I'm saying? And he's just like, even the council people around him wasn't giving him his full glory, but he knew he was raw. You know, and it's like you said, bro, you do got to look out for self. So there's like, you know, there's people who, you know, hone into who they are outside of, you know, having the confinement of what the industry is, and there's people who got to live in it. You know what I'm saying, bro? Like, I'd say for me, you know, had I not had, you know, the Bust Down, had I not had, you know, Oko Supper Club, had I not have my own catering company, I got my own catering company, you know, Clean Plate Custom Catering LLC. I created that, you know, right before I made the Bust Down. And I put the DBA for, you know, the Oakland version of the Oakland chapter of the Bust Down under Clean Plate. You know what I'm saying? So it's like, I have things, you know what I mean? I have stuff that allows me to be who I am outside of these four walls. Right. But I also know that there's a piece of me that is also willing to like let corrode so that this place becomes, you know, what it is. And I think the part of me that I'm willing to let corrode is the part of me that feels like I have to be in here. You know what I mean, bro? And I think it's a beautiful thing, honestly. It's good
to have duty.
I'm blossoming, dog. Yeah. I'm blossoming, bro. You know what I mean? Because it's like, even with my business partners up here, dog, like they like it's cool. Yeah, food, good. You know what I mean? Does it make money? Are you making money right now? Can you flip the payroll? Can you know what I mean? Can you project numbers? What plan do you have in contingency if this doesn't work? You know what I mean? And it's making me so sharp, and it's making me so, like, you know, on point with my shit, because I don't like bad business. Yeah. I don't like unpaid debt. I don't like, you know, undone things, you know, like for me personally. So having them, you know, kind of groom me into the kind of owner that I need to be, and having, you know, the partners that I have, you know, and being able to say to myself, okay, I'm finally at a point where I feel like I don't need a business partner, like a one-on-one business partner. I don't need a person who I have to show up with every day. You know what I mean? Like my partners here, I barely see them. You know what I mean? We come in, we check the numbers, they bounce out. You know what I mean? They got other shit to check on. Same here. You know, so, you know, the more I hone into that, and the more I accept the fact that, you know, like you said, bro, it's not just about your food or your food cost, bro. You can have the best food, bro, and it won't matter. It won't matter unless this is a place that people want to come, want to enjoy themselves, bro, want to sit down and eat. Luckily, this building has created that vibe already. It's just that we got to kind of get through the grimy portion of, you know, the skeleton crew team, because, you know, payroll, you know what I mean? And getting through to, you know, to the community and getting them to realize, nah, we here, you know what I mean? We're not just this, we're also this, we're also this, you know what I mean? We also have this, you know? This building is at, I don't know, last time I checked, this building might be at like 70% vacant, you know what I mean? So they don't have too many occupancies, bro, but that's a matter of time. You know what I mean? There's gonna be a tech company that's gonna come around. There's gonna be a fucking like an Impact Hub or a WeWork or some sort of like community-based office space. They're gonna take this space up, dog. It's gonna happen. You know what I mean? And you know, when it does, it'll free up a lot of it'll just free up a lot of financing to really take care of this place the way it needs to be. You know what I mean? It needs a bit of a facelift, but besides all of that, dog, the culture of it is good. You know what I'm saying? You come here, you get some good food. You know what I'm saying? You know what the fuck you gonna get when you come here. Good drinks when you come here. Good vibe, good energy. Music's always loud. We always hanging out. You know what I mean? So, you know, I think, you know, as long as we stay and we build that culture, and as long as I got people like, you know, like my business partners right now, as long as I got, you know, High Bridge and they're supporting me, bro, like, I'm going to be here. You know what I mean? I'm going to be here for a little while, dog. I'm based out here anyway, you know? And, you know, because of that, I feel like, you know, I'm blossoming. I'm turning it into what I feel like it should be. And that's all I have to say.
Fuck yeah, Chef.
You know what I'm saying, bro?
I felt like you had something to say and you said
bro.
that shit.
Yeah, dog.
You know?
Because, I mean, like, the transition period was fucking rough. And that's, you know. And
I remember I would hit you up and be like, hey, you want to? You'd be like, not right now.
Because I had no answers.
Not right now. It's all good.
I had no answers. You know what I'm saying? I had no, you know, like, this is how I feel in this moment. And, like, this is what, you know, it's going to be this. And like, to be honest, I don't know what it's going to be. I know my place in it. I know my role in it. You know what I mean? I know that, you know, as a leader here, as a chef here, I have to, you know, I gotta stay healthy. You know what I mean? I gotta stay fit. I can't be coming to work hungover, bro. You gotta be better than, you know, and that's the killer. That's still that killer instinct that we grew up with, that we have. You know what I'm saying? When I come in, I'm beating this fucker, bro. I don't care. You know, so I still take that mentality when it comes to like the people I work with. You know what I mean? It's like there's nobody in here who's gonna be able to work harder or do more than me. You know what I mean? I'm so that I can set the example. So when the time comes and I'm ready to pass the torch, I'm ready to, you know what I mean, move on to a higher level of ownership. Right. Now I can fucking, you know, allocate who needs to be doing what based off my own standards. Because I'll never do anything. I'll never tell any of my people to do something I wouldn't do. Right. If I'm gonna stay here late, I'll never tell somebody to stay here late and I wouldn't do it on my own. You know what I mean? So that's pretty much it, dog. Fuck yeah. You know, I love it, bro. Like, Bust Down DC opening. That shit is still opening, bro. Like, my man's is flying out to DC probably every other month. You know what I mean? Yeah. Like, we should be open mid-June, early July. Like, they just started construction out there. Dope, man. You know what I mean? So that's going to be really good for him to be, you know, pushing out there. For sure. A little bit closer to his family, too. Bro. I mean, he bounced back and forth. He an airplane head. You know, he a flight head. I understand that. Yeah, bro. He wants to get up and go. He wants to be in the air.
It's where you kind of have, it's the most quiet that you can ever be. You
can be. Yeah, like absolutely, bro. Yeah.
You can be away. Whatever you want up there.
Yeah, dog, straight up. You know what I mean? Yeah, like.
You got an excuse not to answer calls. You got an excuse not to work.
Can't do it.
You could watch a movie.
I'm moving.
Or you could work the whole fucking time.
Yeah.
You know?
Moving. You know what I'm saying? So, you know, I'm glad he has that for him. You know what I mean? Because he needed that. And I feel like I needed this. Yeah. You know what I mean?
It's going to make you guys stronger in the long run. And I'm happy that you guys were able to keep the business together. Yeah. It means a lot for a lot of people that are going through the same thing.
I feel that. And that's another, like, I'm glad you mentioned that,
it's bro. It's easy to say, fuck off, fuck this. I don't want to do it no more.
I mean, it's like, especially if you care about.
That's adult shit right there.
Yeah, you care about the people that you with. Like, I'm sure he cares about my success just as much as I care about his success. You know what I mean?
And like, this is your baby.
Yeah.
You know, like, you split up, but you're going to get it on the weekends. You know, you're going to figure it out.
He's funny.
You know what I'm saying? Like,
hey. Hella funny. Yeah, I mean, this, you know, like this space is huge. Yeah. You know, and it can be operated in many different ways. Mm-hmm. You know what I mean? And I feel like once we get to a point where we're finally locked in on the identity, you know what I mean? Like transitioning into our actual identity and feeling comfortable with what we are. You know what I mean? Oakland had lost a lot of really good restaurants, bro.
Yes, it did.
I think, you know, maybe Lucas was one of the biggest restaurants in terms of square footage. So, you know, the necessity of, you know, I'd like to make my menus a little more eloquent than what Lucas was, but, you know, you got to get people what they need, dog. Exactly. You know what I mean? At the end of the day,
it's not about you. You're a fucking community restaurant.
But you make that motherfucking, like, I seen a post, bro. Somebody was like, they took a picture of a peanut butter and jelly sandwich, dog, and it was packaged like somebody hand wrapped it. You know what I mean? But it was like,
it looked smooth.
It was perfect.
Yeah.
It was perfect. The butter, peanut butter, and the jelly didn't
ratio?
smear onto. Yeah, bro. Like the cut was perfect, dog. You know what I mean, bro? I pride myself on a good grilled cheese.
Yeah.
You know what I mean,
you
bro?
have to.
It's like, dog. Like if you
that's
can't
a real
do
chef, bro.
Yeah, bro. The elements.
Yeah.
Do the
real
little,
chef was
the
like,
little
I
things.
can cook an egg well. I could cook rice.
Yeah.
That's important.
Ooh, bro.
So a lot of guys out
like
here who
no
can make,
rice cooker. You know what I'm saying? Like, bro, straight up, like water and rice, bro.
A lot of dudes out here using xanthan gum can't cook rice.
That's so crazy.
That's a problem,
bro. You know what I mean?
That's a problem.
Nah, dog. And you know what? Like, and you like, I mean, like, and how much of that shit is really like a necessity to, you know, like daily consumption, bro? Are we eating spherification every day? Are we really doing that? Are we consuming sodium? We consuming sodium alginate and calcium lactate every day? Are we doing that? Or are we, you know what I mean? Or do we just need a fucking mango?
Exactly.
You know what I mean? Do we need a fucking cucumber? Like I don't want to make a sphere egg that looks like a cucumber. Like I do if I'm a sell it as an experience.
Right.
But you know, I try.
There's a place for that.
Nah, bro.
And it doesn't have to be everyone. And that's the thing. Like, and for the chef that's listening to this, it's like, well, I make spheres good. I hope you do.
Yeah.
I hope you make all the spheres.
I hope and they're perfect.
I'm gonna come there and eat the spheres.
Yeah, I would love it.
I just don't want to cook the spheres.
Yeah, no, I'm good, bro.
You know?
I'm good, bro. I'm good, man.
You know?
That shit's. I mean, cause like I taught myself how to do it here.
Yeah.
And, you know, I was just, you know, running through, you know, looking at either books or looking up the history of it. You know, some chef from Spain, I believe his name. I forget his name, but just crazy, you know, like you got to be on some badass shit. You know what I'm saying, bro? To do like the molecular shit, you got to be on some badass
You're a scientist.
shit. And then it's like you got to, like, for a restaurant this big, I would have to, like, do it in volume. I gotta make a lot of perfect spheres. You know what I mean? It's just, and it kind of takes away from the excitement of it, you know, like the special, you know, the what made it so curious at first, you know what I mean?
Right.
And then now it's like, well, you mass produce it, and then it just becomes like, what the fuck? Like, that's why I respect the Cheesecake Factory.
Yeah.
And they didn't try to, you know what I'm saying? They're not reinventing the wheel.
Yeah.
They got good fucking pasta, good chicken. You know.
Biggest menu of any restaurant.
Big, oh my God. And it's all the fucking same all the time, dog.
I love the Cheesecake Factory.
They're good, bro.
Yeah.
I don't care about none of that shit. Like,
you could bring anybody there and they'll have a good time.
Oh, yeah. Cheesecake
Factory. And that's
Factory.
how you know a bad person. If you can't have a good time at the Cheesecake Factory,
you're an asshole.
You're a bad person.
You're an asshole, bro.
Fuck yeah.
All right, man.
Sucio Talk Podcast. Check me out every Monday live at 10 p.m. We out here. This is the Tribune Tower. This is probably the first podcast that has ever happened in this building. This shit is historic. I don't give a fuck what you say. Sucio Talk Podcast. Check me out, suciotalk.com. Check out Sucio Talk /donations. You guys can be a part of me growing this show. I'm trying to go international with this shit. Maybe interview Swoop and you in fucking England. You guys do your fucking pop-up over there. Yeah, we should be popping up in Africa at some point. Like, why the fuck aren't we?
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? Why isn't that a plan? If somebody's out there planning it, get at me. Yeah. All right? Peace out.
Hey, man. Thank you, man. Yeah. Thank you, man. That was good. Thank you, man.
Yeah, man. It's almost like